Hello, I'm Jashikins.
Definitely not fake.
What-
Google effects had nothing to do with that.
How about you introduce yourself?
I need a new name. I am Twinkle Toes.
Oh, okay. Are you sure about that? You know, you could choose any name. Twinkle Toes?
I am Massive Penis.
That's a bullshit lie.
You
Anyway,
know? No, you don't. You don't know.
I'm going to kill you. But seriously, I am.
I mean, you could try. You could try. You'd fail, but you could try. I mean, there's no harm in trying.
No, there isn't.
Well, there is technically, because after you try, I kill you. But the point remains, there's no harm in trying.
Anyways, we're here for another episode of Jash Talks, and we're going to be starting off talking about the brand new X-Men movie that came out Friday,
It's fucking good.
X-Men Days of Future Past. And yeah, it was fucking awesome.
I hope Days of Future Past is a taste of the future, frankly, because it's fucking good. It's better than all the Marvel movies. All of them. Kicks shit out of Avengers and all. I mean, in all fairness, I preferred X-Men First Class to all the Avengers as well, because X-Men is just better, I think. Yeah, but, moving on. The reason fucking Avengers can't do as well as X-Men is simply because in X-Men they have Wolverine, who's awesome, and they have Xavier, who's fucking awesome, and they have Magneto, who's fucking awesome, and they have Raven, who's fucking awesome, and they have Beast, who's fucking awesome. There isn't a mediocre character in that. I mean, in the original three there was, but in the new ones, nope. And they don't even have Spider-Man to balance that shit out. Sony's got them. Frankly, they're fucked.
I fucking hate the whole legal side of things, because if
I will
when I
piss
was
on the
looking
person who
up
decided
the
that.
trivia
At some
page
point back in the past, someone's like, "Ooh, we should sell Sony. We should sell Sony Spider-Man, and we should sell X-Men as well, and we can make money." That idiot, that stupid little shit. He damaged Marvel movies more than he can ever know. Marvel's doing fucking good, right? But you know what this is the equivalent of? This is the equivalent of DC making their movies, completely ignoring and completely removing Batman and Superman. Because that's what they've done. They've removed Batman and Superman. The two greatest characters they have. Gone. That's sad, that. That's sad, that. I hope they actually I hope the guy who did it, I hope they killed him. I hope they hung him up by his shitty tie, because you know he was a shitty tie. And I hope they killed him.
Yeah, but the reason why I bring it up is because of the character Quicksilver.
Fucking
Now,
awesome.
this
Didn't
movie.
expect it either. Did not expect it at all.
I wasn't expecting it to be so him being one of the most amusing characters. But anyways,
His powers.
can I
It's
continue
weird.
first?
It's almost it's just it's okay this thing, right? I prefer the Flash, obviously, because it's fucking Flash, and the Flash is quicker. But I really liked how they dodged the whole "is he quicker than the Flash" thing by making him do everything kind of speedy. Fast. He's not like a jet.
Something with
He's not like
they did something with the speed of the film, how they what sort of film they filmed him in, and then they might have sped that up, where they did like it was.
Well, I don't know how they did it, but whatever it is, it's amazing. It felt like Quicksilver was capable of doing minute, normal, everyday things at extremely high speed, which I like. An odd thing that I like how it makes it different to the Flash, who appears to be capable more of just absolute speed. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like how it differentiates their powers a bit. Also, did you see the shit he did? He's practically the most powerful mutant on Earth. That motherfucker could do anything. He was like, "Ooh, bullet. I'll just pick that up and move it a bit." If you wanted to fucking kill anyone, he could just get a machine gun, shoot it into the air, and then just run around, pick each bullet, and put one next to every person on the Earth's head. Oh, one for you, one for you, one for you. Oh, how you doing, little girl? One for you.
Yeah, the time in the bottle scene was just like one of the best scenes out of the movie.
And he's a really good character. I mean, he looks weird, but
He's
it
played
still
by
kind of works.
Evan Peters, the guy who's in American
Kick-Ass.
Horror Story.
Isn't he in Kick-Ass as well?
I can't remember.
Evan Peters.
He does have a twin brother, so like his twin brother is in the show Justified.
Never actually seen that show, but yeah, if he was in Kick-Ass, that's funny because that means that in Avengers there's a Quicksilver who's played by by the main character in Kick-Ass, and in X-Men there's another guy who's playing Quicksilver who was in Kick-Ass.
Can I get to the legal thing with using Quicksilver
Oh,
before?
sorry, I forgot about that. Go on.
Okay, the legal side of things can be shit, and the thing is, the guys who owned the Avengers talked with the guys, who own the X-Men, and they came up with an agreement finally. The Avengers can use Quicksilver as long as they don't bring up that he's Magneto's son, and the X-Men movies can use Quicksilver, but they can't mention that Quicksilver is or was an Avenger.
But that's a shitty agreement. That's just like that means basically they're not allowed to acknowledge each other's worlds, which they wouldn't have done either. That's like saying, oh, you can use Spider-Man as long as you don't mention Superman. Oh, really? Oh, well, okay then. That won't be very hard. Oh, quick tidbit of information. In case anyone didn't know, apparently, in the DC universe, the Marvel characters exist in comic books. And in the Marvel universe, the DC characters exist in comic books. Cool, huh? Little bit of nice information there. Although they did meet once, which I would question, because you got to think about it. Superman then thinks he's meeting a comic character. Spidey thinks he's meeting a comic character. Both of them are correct, and then I'm just sitting here watching them fuck around, knowing that technically I am a god to them. They're meeting each other, acknowledging that they're comic book characters, and I'm sitting there watching them feud around like little bitches, and I am a god to them. Technically, I could just redraw the fucking page and change the entire fate. Oh well. My old God complex out of the way. Oh, and by the way, X-Men Apocalypse, the sequel to Days of Future Past, Quicksilver will be in it.
Yeah, I heard about that. I can't wait to see this Quicksilver again in the sequel, just because the character was just fucking awesome.
He was really good. But I am super sad about one thing.
What?
X-Men First Class, you saw it, right?
Yep.
Did you like Gambit?
Wait, X-Men First Class?
Yes.
You sure you're not thinking of Wolverine?
Oh, well, sorry, I apologize.
Origins.
It's because of the past thing, isn't it? Every time they go into the past. Wolverine Origins. Did you like Gambit?
I've only seen the movie like once.
Okay, well, I'm a delight to you. Gambit was pretty damn good in it. He was very, very entertaining. He was a lot like the Gambit that I wanted. And they're replacing him. This very perfect, very good, very interesting, very entertaining Gambit. Fuck off, Snoopy. With someone almost as annoying as Snoopy. Channing Tatum. This... Fucking fuck off!
Sorry.
Right, so Channing Tatum is playing Gambit, which is, I think, sad because Gambit is meant to be kind of a slick, bon ton, kind of quite cool, but kind of physically not that threatening individual, more speedy than he is anything else. And they decided to get a Hollywood beefhead to play him. I'm talking steroid-looking motherfucker. And I mean, he's funny in that, but I don't see him as Gambit. I mean, he's gonna have to lose like half his body weight and kind of rip the fuck up, grow long hair, and kind of change his entire face. But although in all fairness, he's not gonna be as bad as Jean and Cyclops because they fucked those two up. Fucked them up. Cyclops was the best member of the X-Men, and they fucked him up. Made him a little bitch. A little jealous bitch is what they did to him. You know those giant lasers? Those giant motherfucking lasers were terrifying. You see the cartoon? He was like, click, and everything.
I've never seen the cartoon.
Did you read the comics?
No. I hear about...
I feel like you're looking away, kind of rubbing the back of your head there is indicative of how you should feel. Ashamed of yourself. Alright, well, let me fill you in. Cyclops is a fucking badass. Cyclops is the actual leader of the X-Men. Cyclops can shoot lasers out of his eyes that should fuck up anyone's day. However, in the movies, He's a metrosexual. Ooh, look at my hair. Little bitch who's constantly jealous over Jean. Like, oh no, Jean, I love you, Jean. What you trying to bang? Your X-Men, what you doing? And his lasers don't do shit. They're more like mild punches to the stomach. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? He's useless and he's boring. And then there's Jean, who's, I'll be on it, bit of a hoe bag in not even the X-Men. I'm talking banging everybody. And by everybody, I mean Wolverine and fucking Cyclops. Make a decision with your woman.
Why make a decision between those two? Just to have a threesome.
Once again, Cyclops is a little bitch. He would lose his shit. There is no. You see, there in the fucking X-Men, Wolverine was like reaching up just to like touch her in the chin, and he's like, "Whoa, watch what you touching, pal." What do you think would happen if you saw that? Fucking Wolverine knee deep in her. You're like, no. You'd have a fissy fit. Well, I don't think he can have sex. What if he releases lasers from his dick?
That'd be awesome.
Of course you'd say that. Jesus. You're the one who should die banging.
The right form between the Hulk and a Xenomorph. I think my standards are really low.
It's a valid point. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, Famke Johansson, terrible actress for Jean. Didn't play the character right at all. I didn't see any redeeming characteristics apart from, ooh, I'm powerful, which frankly anyone could do. And at this point, I reckon Quicksilver could kick the shit out of her and all. So yeah, depressing. Fuck her. Why are we talking about Days of Future Past? We should be talking about that. Did I get off on an... I feel like we should reverse the TV movie. What's happening right now? Hello. Fuck off.
Okay. Okay, so what did you think of Days of Future Past?
Brilliant. Best. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna need like one or two. I'm gonna need to watch it like once or twice because obviously, you appreciate more that way. But so far, it might be one of the best X-Men movies of all time. Almost as good, if not as good, as X-Men First Class, which I absolutely love. I think X-Men First Class is, and I'm a massive Superman fan, like completely, as in fucking fanboy here. But X-Men First Class is the best superhero movie, if not one of the best movies ever made. I think. Apocalypse comes damn close to that. Might be better. Need more chances to watch it. But fact is, it comes way and above all the other X-Men movies. Especially 3. Fuck 3.
I liked X-Men 3.
Why did he? The only good thing he did was get rid of fucking Jean, who apparently is back now. God damn it! Just let that bitch die.
I like Jean.
Okay. I want you to explain to me, and in fact to the viewers, to the people watching this who are aghast at what you just said, why you liked that dumb little biatch. I can't even come up with any creative insults. She a poopy head. That red hair's probably fake. Looks weird and all. She looks old. She looks like she's 50. And I know I'm not one to strike by traditional beauty standards, but she's weird looking. Like, it's like she's got a skeleton under her face. Like she's actually wearing a mask all the time. And it's really fucking weird. And you can tell in the third one. In the third one, I'm not sure if they're doing it to make her scary, but they fucking did a good job because it's odd. It's like looking at it, something is wrong with you. It's kind of when you see people and you just think, I can't quite place my hand on it. You're a serial killer. That's what I think. She's an odd-looking fellow. It's like with Wolverine. Wolverine is the opposite. You look at his face and you just think, you're trying to be angry, but you're an alright fellow, aren't you? And same with Xavier. And with Raven, you just think, do you know what? I bet she's damn good in bed. That's what you think. But with fucking Jean, it's like, you're going to kill me one day. End of rant. Your turn. Explain why
don't
she
you
could.
get a little bit turned on by people that could kill you?
Me?
I mean, to me, it makes people, if they're attractive, they're super attractive.
Well, kind of, but at the same time, she's odd. And I like odd. That's weird. She's everything I technically should like, but I hate her.
Maybe it's because you finally got what you wanted and you're mad that you're happy.
Nope. I prefer Raven. A lot.
Well, she is a shapeshifter. prefer shapeshifters, so.
Of course you do.
What?
Because I guarantee that you would just tell her, like, first things first, turn into the Hulk. Alright, done with that, now Xenomorph. Alright, we good with that, turn into the Predator. Alright, are we good with that? Good. Fucking Godzilla time. I think all that is an admittance of I'm correct. You would literally choose Godzilla. You'd be like, yo Godzilla, give me some of that Zilla.
Well, we don't need to discuss this on air.
You right up?
I could probably write up a couple fics and, you know.
Right. Right. Wait. Oh yeah, that's it. You meant to be defending fucking Jean. Go on then. Let the internet know why you think she's redeemable.
Mind you, I haven't seen the first 3 films in a while, so.
So the only reason you like her is because you forgot how much of a bitch she
I have
is.
a reason, but I'm trying, won't be able to give as detailed an answer.
Alright.
So I always like to warn people ahead of time when shit like that happens. But she seemed to have a kind personality. She sacrificed herself so that other.
Did you?
What?
'Cause I've got so many points to this. Okay, I'm gonna beat those 2 points into the ground. She is dating Scott. What's the first thing she does when she meets Wolverine? Damn, that's a nice chest. Damn.
Well,
She was drooling. She was like, yum.
Listen, you see someone like Wolverine come in, you're going to look. You're going to get turned on.
She didn't just look.
And
She
then,
was full on feeling the man up. She was this close to cupping his genitals. It was a PG-13 ring that stopped that from happening.
Hey, sometimes guys look that good. I'm sorry you don't look that good, but some guys do.
Woman, I will destroy you. I will shove him up your ass. Alright, point 2. Kind. Not kind, obviously, because obviously she's banging everybody. Now, yes, she sacrificed herself. How nice of her. Oh, wait! Did she? No, she got stabbed by Logan. So she didn't really sacrifice herself, did she? She was killing everybody. And let's not forget that Scott, the guy she practically fucking cheated on, right? Abused, was horribly unkind to, made him go like insane with jealousy, right? The first thing she does when she sees him, fucking vaporizes him. And what about Professor X? There's a reason that weird ass shit with him coming back from the dead.
Well, it was the
Phoenix is her. The Phoenix is her. In the comic books, it makes sense.
I know what it is in comic books. I'm gonna, it's this alien, whatever the fuck, totally not connected to the movie universe.
But in the movie universe, it's just her, though, isn't it? It's just essentially what it is. It's a split. No, it's not a split personality. It's who she really is.
No,
Didn't
it's
you see
a
at the
part
beginning?
of her.
No, at the beginning.
Each part of her is the real her. One's likes to vaporize people, the other doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that make you kind? Because in that case, I could work on the if her sometimes not wanting to vaporize you makes her kind. And what about her sometimes wanting to?
It makes the Dark Phoenix bad.
But the Dark Phoenix wanted to bang Wolverine anyway.
What?
How about this? Dark Phoenix, after killing Xavier and all that, and fucking Scott and shit, she finally comes to her senses to let herself be killed by Wolverine of all people. Why? Essentially, her dad, her best friends, her fucking boyfriend, or husband-to-be, fucking killed him. Killed them all, and then to Wolverine, random guy she met a couple of years ago, alright, Rav, do us a favour, shank us in stomach, will you?
Maybe she was really likes Wolverine, but couldn't break it off with Scott before the Dark Phoenix. No,
he's batty, is right. On the very least, she's
the Dark Phoenix could have said, "You don't belong with this little baby shithead. I'm going to destroy him for you."
It's a valid point. At the same time, though, she's still not a very good character because of that. Because I have to wonder about these things. Is she a good character? I don't think so. Half of the shit she does doesn't make sense. It doesn't make her likable. And let's be honest, a lot of the stuff that she does is kind. It's Mary Sue shit. It's ooh, look at this nurse girl. You know, in all honesty, she was just an insert most of the times. Like, oh, insert somewhat pretty female to do healing. Insert somewhat pretty female to be romance interest. Insert somewhat pretty female to occasionally help in battle, but not really. Yeah, right. She's not like, for example, Raven. That's an interesting character. Her shit made sense. You know, right? She had two people to pick from, Magneto and Xavier. And when she made her decisions, I understood. I was like, you know what? I get it. Magneto allows you to be your weird blue self. I'm good with that. You go do your thing. Then later on, when she found out Magneto was a psychopath, she was like, you know what? I get it. He's a psychopath. He's practically your brother. Go. Also, can I just say, I don't like the brother angle. I think they should totally ban, because frankly, they are destined for each other. Fuck the Beast thing.
Who
It should be
should
Raven and Xavier and Raven, because frankly,
Yes. Yes. Oh God. Yes.
I don't see any reason why that shouldn't happen. I don't like this brother angle. It just fucking seems perfect. Also, one other thing, I don't understand why Wolverine wasn't just like, listen, Xavier, say Magneto and Raven here, could you show them my memories? Because then wouldn't Magneto be like, oh, my future self is helping, I might as well do it too. And wouldn't then Raven be like, ah, it appears my future self got shanked by you and I'm now dead. Probably a good idea to listen to you. It seems like it makes sense, doesn't it? Like the threat of death and complete annihilation would make him fucking do the job. Also, I now like future Magneto more than I do past Magneto. Because apparently Ian McKellen really pulled it out of the fucking bridge. He just fucking did his job. Showed me that old-timey actor awesomeness. Also, Magneto's badass. I'm sorry, but that fucking power. Even there are psychics all over the place, but see the way he does. See the way he just kind of flies, then with one hand just picks up a fucking Colosseum and drops it. It's like, oh, you think you're powerful? Have a fucking bridge. Oh, you think you're powerful? Listen, I'm going to pull the blood from your stomach, take the iron out of it, and kill you with it. You know what I mean? This man is insane, and it's brilliant. I may have a man crush.
It might. I know what you think about late at night with just your hand to comfort you.
Whoa, woman!
Magneto.
Whoa! This is a PG-13 review, damn you! What are you doing? Damn! Going places, man. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
You should be. Oh, I have one problem with the movie.
Yeah.
They need to release a director's cut where they insert a bunch of the future stuff because they cut out too much of it.
Yeah. There was I've heard of a scene with Rogue.
Yeah,
where
it was
they
apparently yeah,
prison
you were. Yeah, apparently Kitty Pryde gets stabbed and has to be replaced, and obviously the only person who can do that is Rogue. And I think they should have kept a lot of it. They cut out too much. They should have shown Beast getting killed. They should basically have a montage of what happens from the very moment Wolverine got to that airport. Airport, Sentinels arrive, shit goes down, people die, then we go back to the past. And I understand why they had to cut it out, theatrical reasons, but I really would hope that they put it in a director's cut, because that seems interesting. I want to see more. And also, I would really love to see Ian McKellen and obviously Patrick Stewart more in the movie, because they're fucking awesome. They really do.
The future selves always just seem to be, we're here, and then when they flash back in the movie, it was more like, yeah, we're still here.
Yeah, and at the end it was just well, shit, really. It was pointless. I mean, frankly, they didn't need to be there. You know the whole, dramatic, what's going to happen? Is she going to drop it? It didn't matter, because at that point she was already going to do it. It didn't matter that she did it then, because she did it then, it was thousands of years, well, not it was like 50 years ago, some shit. So to them, it already happened, so it didn't matter if whether she decided to do it to us. It was pointless. It was like, oh, is she going to do it to us? It matters, not to them. To them, it's already happened. They should have already fixed the world. As soon as he was sent back in time, should have fixed it. That's how they would have done it. If I was them, I would have just had it so that send Wolverine back in time, sad goodbyes from everyone, disappear. Then you could have Wolverine every time he wakes up. It could be him appearing in like a worse world, like, oh shit, I fucked something up. It's even worse. Gotta go back. And then like one time he wakes up and he's being raped by a monster. By Beast. Beast went insane. That's what happened.
I don't like to talk about rape, so I'm not saying anything.
Well, you've seen how Beast and Wolverine get along. It wouldn't really be rape. It'd be
If if it was consensual sex, I'd all for it. Totally all for
in
it.
all fairness, I hazard to guess any form of sex you wouldn't be all for. Boom!
What?
What?
What do you say?
I said absolutely nothing. I was completely gentlemanly, and I said nothing of the sort. Continue. I know. I'm hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, the X-Men Days of Future Past was good. And before we go into our next topic, the post-credits scene.
Right.
Yeah, like if you
I know
watch
everything about the
comics,
scene. Do you?
if you didn't know about the comics, you would have been like me, or like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then have to go home.
Okay. I assume you've Googled it now.
I looked on IMDb trivia, so yeah, and I've
Okay,
heard
well,
other people talk about it.
I will fill you in and people watching. That was N. Sabanur, I believe.
The Apocalypse, who will be the
Apocalypse.
villain in the next movie.
Well, it's a bit deeper than that. This is numero uno. This is the big bad. This is like fucking like Superman versus Lex Luthor. You know, this is Batman versus Joker shit. This is X-Men #1 enemy. Apocalypse is, give or take, the very first mutant. Now he's so fucking powerful, he's immortal. So basically, he makes Wolverine look like a bitch because immortality isn't the only thing he's got. As you saw, man blinked and built a fucking pyramid. I mean, he makes he makes Jean Grey and fucking Magneto look like bitches. His powers are incomprehensible and all-encompassing. He's basically God. You know what I mean? Not only that, he's taken that God thing a bit too far. See, what happens is, in the comics, he starts to join with technology. He improves himself cybernetically and becomes kind of a demonic, mutant, cybernetic demon god. Once again, he's immortal, and he has 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, those were the Horsemen in the, I think you could see in the post-credits scene.
Now, I'm not sure if they're gonna be doing the originals here, or basically because he starts off with original horsemen, or if they're gonna do it the new way, wherein he gets people and kind of makes them into horsemen, much like Galactus, as in he gets his 4 Silver Surfers essentially when he gets horsemen. He can at one point Wolverine was a horseman.
Yeah, I knew that. I heard people talking about that, and that's the only Horseman I know.
Gambit was one. Jean Grey was one. Storm was one. Point is, people get turned into that shit, and it isn't good. You know what I mean? That means they're then on his side, and they get an upgrade as well, so they're even stronger.
Yeah, it's someone like Jean getting an upgrade. Fuck.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
No, fuck. No.
Although, ironically, it's the thing, right? Side note. I don't think the X-Men could exist in the world of the Avengers because someone like Jean Grey would have the shit kicked out of her in 5 seconds. Because obviously she's that big of a problem. You know what I mean? They'd send the Avengers in, and all the Avengers would fight, and all of them would lose. But then the Hulk would walk on up with his green hulky self and be completely unaffected by her powers because he's the fucking Hulk, and then just kind of backhand her into a bridge and kill her instantly. In fact, I don't doubt this. In fact, it's almost a problem, really. You can't put the Avengers in any other scenario because the only other person in comicdom who could survive a hit from the Hulk is Superman, and that's because he could probably hit him back harder. But it's just, I'd almost feel bad for anyone fighting the Hulk.
Now I'm just imagining the Hulk and Superman fighting like this.
But no, that's the thing, they're doing it, but because they've got incredible cosmic powers. Every time they do a little slap on each other, massive shockwave, houses get destroyed, people die, people in the streets screaming, children dying, bleeding from the skies, horror.
I'm gonna be laughing at that.
Yeah, it's bad. Somewhere in the distance, some guy's bending over. The shockwave causes a massive pole to come out of the ground and hit him in the arse. He's being anally inserted by a giant stick. Poor bastard. Also, that person is Batman. Anyway, I was saying. So, N7, I like the way they've done it. I like the way they haven't gone too insane with him, because I don't like. Because basically, this is what's going to happen a couple of years down the line. You're going to have Avengers with Thanos. You know who Thanos is, right?
Thanos, yeah, the one of the first post-credit scenes in the Avengers, you saw him, who's in love with death.
Yes, he's basically, in all honesty though, if you actually got back to his very basic credentials, he's a cop off of Darkseid. Now you know what Darkseid is?
Sorta.
Darkseid is a new god. He's a DC villain. He is arguably one of the most powerful DC villains. He is just fucking pure evil. He has a planet. Can you guess what the planet's called? Because there's someone else here who's ripping off Darkseid here.
Okay, Ace. It starts with an A.
Yeah. Let me give you a hint. One of the other characters that we were talking about rips Darkseid off. Almost embarrassingly in some ways.
I don't know.
Apocalypse.
Fuck. I was thinking that, but
Character Apocalypse rips off Darkseid, and not only rips him off, but rips off his planet's name, which is planet's Apocalypse. Well, if that's a planet, then it's a ship, I suppose, isn't it? They move it around.
Really, you shouldn't be asking me.
Alright, well, the point remains, Darkseid came first. Darkseid is just fucking demigod. Thanos and Apocalypse. Now, the problem is, they all look the same. Because Thanos and Apocalypse are rip-offs of Darkseid, so they look like him. Like, almost exactly the same. Like, I'm talking big, hulky, weirdly muscly guys, even though they don't technically need it, with almost godly powers. And they're all going to be appearing. You know that's happening. All of them will be appearing, guaranteed. So, I quite like that X-Men has chosen to not make him a gigantic hulking monster like the Hulk. Because that gives him a bit of uniqueness. I think that's good. If I was them, I'd make him tiny. I'd make him malnourished. Make it that kind of like a kind of weird, bony guy. I think that'd be quite terrifying, wouldn't it? Like a weird, bony guy, like inward pointing eyes and shit, just grey. You know what I mean? Because he's like a freaking 5,000 years old or something. We should do that. Otherwise, we're going to end up with 3 villains who are completely identical, with almost completely identical goals. Basically, destroy everything. Take over everything. You know. Basically, devil. They're basically devils, though. Insert devil equivalent, basically, is what they did.
Okay, on to the next topic. What do you feel about young adult novels? Like Animorphs series, of course, Divergent.
They're almost all shit, but thankfully the ones we tend to hear about are good.
I like the ones that treat kids like adults, like Animorphs. That's one of the reasons I like it so much. It wasn't afraid to get dark, have the good guys not be all good, the bad guys not be all bad. And Applegate and her ghostwriters basically said that, I know this will terrify you, but you can, deal with it. And I hate people that throwing out Twilight that just treats, the intended audience as idiots.
In all fairness, that kind of stuff it has its place, you know what I mean? Like, when I watched the original Supermans, I like that whole binary, bad guys bad, good guys good. But I'll give you that. I think for a young novel like that to take off nowadays, young adult novels, you really need basically in fact it is what it should be. It shouldn't be a young adult novel. It should be a novel with young adults in it. There we go. That's how you sort that problem out.
Yeah,
because obviously if you don't do that, it's pandering.
For like Animorphs, they had a scene of no context. All the Fanmorphs will know what the hell I'm talking about. Where the majority of the Animorphs are ants, and they're being torn apart and nearly killed by other ants. But Lord help us if the Animorphs were allowed to curse. They can't say shit, something like shit or fuck, but we can show them getting torn apart.
Fanimals?
It's one of the fandom names for Animorphs. They also go by Fandolite Bandits, which I don't like just because it limits to just the Andalites, and it's a play on words for Andalite Bandits, which the Animorphs are called by the controllers for the majority of the series.
Well, alright then. That shit's creepy. I don't like ants, and I like less the idea of people becoming ants and then being torn apart. I got a weird tingle down my spine. I don't like it. Ugh.
But this series shows that, but the characters can't curse.
That's odd. That's odd. I think, frankly, though, that's more of a problem with all entertainment. Like for example, I don't know. Well, there we go. Days of Future Past. There's fucking Mystique walking around, which is essentially nude, minus nipples and bush, essentially. Oh, she's blue. Doesn't count. Yeah, really, they can't say much, can they? It's like, oh, no, not allowed to swear, are you? Oop, keep that to a fucking minimum. Also, very little blood and gore. Doesn't make any sense.
It's just insane, like, protect our children, and it's like, they survived worse. They can see worse on the internet.
It's like this. And a good example is this, right? You, children of the world, this is an announcement now. Children of the world, you may watch hardcore fucking, but you may not call it hardcore fucking. You can call it making love. You may call it bouncy bounce, but not hardcore fucking. That said, you can watch it. Go ahead. Whip it out if you need be. I ain't watching.
Yeah, that's how insane it can be. And with the stuff like alien blood, that's more acceptable to show than actual human blood.
In all fairness, I think in any facet of life, that's true. For example, if aliens came down to Earth and I killed one, I'd be perfectly fine. I'd be like, yep, I done killed an alien.
But the thing is,
whereas if I killed a human, I'd be like, ugh, fuck.
The thing is,
then they'd be like, oh, done killed a human.
No, the thing is that, if there's a lot of bloodshed, but it's only alien blood, the movie will be allowed to get a lower rating than a movie that had the same amount of bloodshed but was human.
In some ways, I don't like that because I think that puts a real restriction on movies in general because they have to just abide weird fucking rules. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's almost like, for example, your Kill Bill. If you fucking censored any tits and if you want to make Kill Bill PG-13, censor tits, remove blood. There we go. Now kids can watch it. That doesn't make any sense. I don't like it.
Oh, fucking God, this. And what's really great is that young adult novels, like that, can be as dark as, say, the Hunger Games and Animorphs.
Yeah.
People will translate when they go into film adaptation. Suddenly, everyone's like, we need to, cut this off, censor this because, our children are precious. Never mind that the children that are going to see the adaptation have survived the books and like the books.
In all fairness, though, when people transfer things to TV or movies, they tend to want to kind of market to a different audience. You don't want to market to the people who've already bought the books, of course, but you couldn't survive on that. They'd have to market to a different audience. And Animorphs itself, at least in that generation, could be very easily turned into something that would market children.
Mentality of we have to protect the children. That's what I'm complaining about.
I understand what you mean, but I think I could survive as long as, and I think most of the time they do this, as long as when they transfer, or when you make books and TVs, or when you adapt it, as long as you keep the themes and the motives and the morale of the story proper. For example, if it's a story, let's just say about murder and rape, that shit's horrible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing it. If you want to make it a little bit for younger audiences, that's fine. Don't show the rape. Don't show the murder. Maybe censor it a little bit. That makes sense a little bit, you know what I mean? But keep the theme. Don't be like, oh, actually, it wasn't a rape. She got slapped. There we go. Moving on. Don't like that. Don't like that.
Adaptations are
Almost
really
destroys the
hard
movie a
to
little
do,
bit. Yeah.
and I'm really
It's almost like it's
glad
like
to
this.
work on one.
Wolverine. You know Wolverine? I don't know how to do this, but he's got fucking claws. That guy should be just gutting people, shouldn't he? But I don't remember. I was watching the movie. I don't think anyone actually got gutted. There was very little gutting. Not even a dismembered hand. And it doesn't make any sense. He's fucking Wolverine. He should be chopping bitches up. But he wasn't. And that doesn't make much sense. But at the same time, I kind of get it. I am allowing that because the censoring of it took nothing away from the movie. It made sense. It kept the movie's basic theme without destroying it. Now, there's a different scenario. Deadpool the movie. I assume you know about this?
No, I didn't.
Right. Well, they should be making a Deadpool movie. I think they should be. They're going to. Now, the thing I'm worried about is there is really no theme to a Deadpool movie. It's Deadpool, let's fucking have fun. Then work with him out. He's insane and it's going to be a funny, comedic, deadly, gory ride.
Breaking the fourth wall every second.
Exactly. It's going to be lovely. But at the same time, if they censor it, as in take out the violence, that will fuck with the team. Because he's Deadpool. He ain't holding back. If he sees a guy, he's not going to sneak around. He's going to be like, right, let's see how far I can get this up your ass. That's what he's going to be doing. You know what I mean? He's literally going to be shoving grenades at people. You know what I mean? I don't doubt that he'll tie some people together, put like swords underneath them, and force them to stand together until one of them falls and gets an ass through their sword through their ass. That's Deadpool. That's what Deadpool does. You know what I mean? Actually, he doesn't do that. That's just horrifying. The point remains, he does shit like that, and if they censor it, they will fuck with the movie, they will fuck with the team, and I don't like that. Whereas you can kind of do that to Wolverine because obviously the violence isn't innate to the movie. Like I said, don't fuck with the team, don't fuck with the story, don't fuck with the moral.
Adaptations are just hard to do because everyone's going to complain. Everyone's going to complain no matter how well you do.
Yep.
It's like
Superman. You know, okay, look, random offshoot, Superman. Do you know how much that shit pisses me off? I love the Superman movies, but you know Superman Returns? You know what everyone was saying about Superman Returns? Oh, it's boring. Oh, not enough's happening. Oh, there's no fights. And if you watch Man of Steel, it's like, oh, it's too much action. Oh, there's too many fights. Oh, there's too much punching. I was like, what the fuck do you want? In one movie, he's not doing the fight. In one movie, he's doing too much. Bastards. What do you expect?
It's shit like that. It's like, we're doing what you want. What do you want from us? I've never seen the movie, but when I was looking up reviews of Watchmen, a movie I highly enjoy, and as one of the few adaptations I like as an adaptation, but some people were going, oh, they look too much like their comic book counterparts, and that made me not believe the movie. So the person was fucking complaining about a character looking like the character from the comic book.
It's shit like that annoys me. Like, you know Batman, the movies? The original movies? The Dark Knight and that? The problem with that is that I almost had a problem with that because the people who don't like the way the character looks on screen, I mean on comics, I think they had a great deal of control over that movie because essentially, I like to think of those movies not as Batman, but man with slightly Batman-looking face. If you get me? Kind of. Point is, I kind of messed that up there, but the point is, he's Batman, but he isn't really, because frankly, if you take him with the fucking horns, he's not Batman. He's got a cape and horns, that's the only Batman-y thing he has. There's not a thing he has that couldn't be replaced by some other character. It's a story that could be attached to anyone else. I don't even think of it as a Batman movie anymore. The only Batman character in that was the Joker, who was fucking awesome, but even then, he wasn't really the Joker I know. He wasn't no Mark Hamill Joker, you know what I mean? He wasn't no comic Joker, he was a different Joker, and it was good, but still, you could very easily have replaced all those characters, and I don't like that. How did I get to that? Oh yeah, Steve JJ. Oh, and quick thing, example of good censoring. Have you read the Kick-Ass comics?
No, I haven't, and I haven't seen the movies, and I'm just saying, anyone who knows where I live, just because of this statement, you can come over and kick my ass.
Yeah, you need to be hurt. Point is, both the comics and the movies are fucking amazing. But in the second comic, in fact, in all the comics, some heinous shit happens. You know what I mean? There's some dark stuff, gory shit, full on, fucking in full view, tits, ass, gore, all that shit. But in the second comic, stuff happens that to this very day churns my stomach a little bit, makes me a bit ill. The level of illness where I sometimes have to debate whether I'm actually willing to buy the third comic. When it comes out, am I willing to do that? I don't know if I am. I don't know if I want to pay to see that kind of shit. I can tell you if you want, but I don't know if you want to know. Would you like to know?
You, I don't care for if you spoil it or not, so go ahead if you want to.
Alright, well, it's less spoilers than it is just a thing that happens. At one point, one of the characters in the second movie walks down a street, in the comic I should point out, walks down a street towards the house of the love interest or previous love interest of the main character. While walking there, some kids interrupt him and his gang. He proceeds to shoot them in the face. I'm talking 7, 8-year-olds. Several of them. Shoots them full on in the face. You get to see their heads blow up. Eyeballs and everything. I was like, at this point I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Several of them, right? Happen, just screaming, it's horrifying shit. They walk into the love interest's house, kill her parents, and then gang rape her. And I think they videotape it and show kick-ass as well. Yeah, listen, I'm not even kidding. I put the book down. I had to watch Superman or some shit. I was horrified. I'm not even kidding. I had to put it down and watch an animated episode of Superman. It's like, okay, it's good. The world is good. The world is not that. I mean, it was horrifying. I hated it. You know what I mean? It was like, it was at that moment that I knew for a fact what unnecessary violence is. Like, that wasn't necessary. I didn't need that. That played no point in this. It made me hate the character, but it made me hate the book and hate the writer even more. It was like, this is not necessary. And I'm really good at handling this shit. I can watch, read, and talk about some wicked shit. Not that. That's fucked up.
Fuck.
And just, I would kiss the movie makers because they got rid of it. No kids die, no gang rape happens, and I fucking love it. Although pardon? Go on.
Well, I don't mind, if kids die, but how you described the scene was like, nope.
It was full on. It's not holding it back. It's not kid slowly dies in arms. It was full on. Out of fucking nowhere, shoot him in the face, point blank as well.
If they had shown with them about to be shot and then them dead, but not like heads exploding.
Even to show them dead afterwards, that would have hurt. But they just showed it. Fucking bastards. And on top of that, it hurts my heart right now. It's sad. It's sad shit. But the point is, then they go into and in the movies, thank God, I would kiss the guy who made the movie because they got rid of it. No kids died. Although the love interest did attempt to. Well, the main character did it. The bad guy did attempt to rape a love interest, but. An almost unnecessary joke, but at the same time, I'm thankful it was there because it almost made me feel better because it was more in line with the character and it felt better. Basically, the bad guy attempts to, and he's like, oh, whoops it out. He's like, yeah, gonna do it now, but he can't get it up because he's just a little shit essentially. He's like, oh, I can't get hard, right? So he just beats her up and fucks off, which is still bad.
But it's not as bad.
After you read the comic and you see that, essentially, just like you sit back in your chair, and it's like, thank God, because you were expecting some shit to go down. I was expecting to have to pause the movie and walk out. I was like, nope, get out of here.
Nope.
Like literally, I was expecting to nope the hell out of there, but they didn't, and they made a joke and nope, can't get it up, and I thought that was hilarious. Pretty funny, slightly unnecessary, but I think in a way necessary because I felt like it was more in line with the character and it was a lot less gruesome. I think it was more kick-ass than it was anything else, and it made the movie better than the comic.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen with the adaptations being better than the actual books, like the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
I don't really like the books just because the good guys are going to survive, so there's no investment, but at least in the movies they try to have a little more conflict.
I get what you mean there, but I think in the Chronicles of Narnia, it's more of a look at this world. It's fucking beautiful.
It's a Bible 2.0.
Nothing wrong with that. Damn.
What?
Not even Christian. I'm kind of offended by that.
No,
Damn.
people have pointed that shit out. I'm not the first one to make that joke. I stole it from someone.
Right, but the point remains, Kick-Ass. I think Kick-Ass 2 there is a genuine example of good censorship. Keep that shit coming.
Yeah.
In fact, I almost think if it's not a movie about rape or
Why
a
show
movie
it?
about children being killed, don't show it because frankly, it doesn't deserve to be in there. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And if in a movie I see a kid get killed or a rape happen, the rest of the plot couldn't give a shit. I want whoever did it to die. I want the movie to now be about killing those people. I want the movie to now be about those people being painfully hurt. So then at that point, it's just a movie about the rape and the thing, and then it makes sense kind of. But otherwise, don't do it. Don't ever do it.
With the travesty that Nickelodeon did with the Animorphs TV series, they removed the moral gray area, which was like a big thing. They just, I mean, not even the graphics, which were, horrible. It was just like everything important that you came to expect from the Animorphs were gone.
If it's
Like
any consolation,
Tobias was the one who was really into, fighting the Yeerks, and he was one of the big ways that Jake convinced himself to become the leader. But in the TV show, he's like afraid. He's complete loner. It's like the writers of the TV show just say, "Oh, he's a loner. That means he doesn't want to be part of the group. That means he's going to be in confusion to fight."
True, but
I just hate when adaptations like screw with a character that badly.
Sometimes I get it, most of the time I don't. I think the only time it's okay to screw with the character is if their changing makes sense in line of the story, like in the Dark Knight in Dark Knight Rises when they changed Robin to become the cop. That made sense in that universe. It was unlikely for Robin to exist, and it made more sense that he would find the Batcave and become the next Batman, or whatever he would become. I'd argue he'd become Nightwing. Actually, no, he would. He would become Batman, wouldn't he? Because they were talking a lot about symbols and shit. Oh. Side note, all that Batman symbol shit? I was like, ooh, he's a symbol and shit.
Yeah.
Why that really fucking annoyed me?
Why?
Because that's Superman's thing. That is Superman's thing. Superman is the symbol. I swear to God. So much was like, every comic book, everything, it's like Superman is a symbol for the world that we can be, for the people we can be. Not Batman. Batman's a symbol of what we shouldn't be and what happens when shit goes wrong. Because Batman's a psychotic, inward-thinking, paranoid, delusional madman in a batsuit. He is not someone to be aspired towards. He's a psychopath. He's one step away from the Joker, is all. Honestly. Anyway, as I was saying. Viva la Superman. Give much respect. Much respect to the next Batman movie. Superman movie. I don't know. One of them movies. Right, what was I saying? Saying something.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's it. If there's any consolation about Animorphs, I guarantee that at some point in the near future, Michael Bay will get hold of that and turn it into some weird-ass movie.
Fuck no. It's
gonna happen. That guy's getting hold of everything. Look.
Listen, I don't care about the fucking Transformers, fucking Ninja Turtles, or whatever, because Animorphs was my childhood. That was like a big thing of my childhood. So if Michael Bay gets his fucking hands on it, he's going down.
Look, here's the thing. Dragon Ball and Superman were my childhood. And they already got Dragon Ball, so frankly you have to do something too.
I don't care what was your childhood. This is my childhood.
Fuck your childhood. Your childhood was less than my childhood. I had Dragon Ball and Superman. They were awesome. Oh, what do you mean bullshit? In fact, viewer vote right now. Like, probably the one viewer. The point is, if there's anyone down there, anyone, please.
There's no viewers, right?
Back me up. Back me up. Superman, Dragon Ball. Goku, Clark Kent, way better than everyone else. And Goku with his Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, yeah! will defeat you all. I'm legendary Super Saiyan, blah, blah, blah. And like Goku with his like, I am the hope of the universe. But that's Batman. No, that's not Batman. It's Goku. The point is, it's awesome. Way better than Animorphs. Way better. Still around. Yeah, there we go.
It's like Animorphs. They tried to re-release the series. I think they released them with new covers, and I believe they updated some of the 90s references. So after I'm done reading the original versions, I'm going to check out to see how the re-releases did. But they tried that, and I think they got up to book 8 before,
I'll
and
tell you how
it
you
didn't
how
work.
you how you improve Animorphs. You first of all start it again because there's too much going on. Secondly, you know the aliens. You need to
There are
recreate them.
aliens. There's numerous different aliens, and with graphics nowadays, we could finally get a good work Bashir.
Yes, but the problem is, a lot of the aliens are odd looking. They need to improve the way they look and improve the cultures a little bit. They could describe more, go into more detail. Nowadays, we're a bit more, I suppose, unique with our portrayals of aliens. We're not so kind of one note. And then the main thing.
They did go into details with certain races,
All the
but
main ones.
but there could have been more told about certain races.
I mean,
But
people like knowing about this kind of shit. You know, what I mean, the world is interesting. And now mainly, the Animorph ability. Simply put, you replace their abilities to turn into animals with with the ability to shapeshift into anything. There we go. If you make them give the
no,
ability
they
to
have
shapeshift
to.
anything,
The thing with morphine, you have to touch. You touch the animal, you acquire it. You can only stand there for 2 hours, or else you're stuck. And there's other things that can happen with the morphine ability, like you can be allergic to certain DNA, and then basically you have to burp that DNA out, and like that was done in book 12. And there's also, if you get too stressed, like if you get too strong of an emotion, you can't morph. So it being touching, acquiring, and how it's done is sort of important to.
also, I reckon they could probably do some change up the powers a bit. Also, I'm just saying, make some differences to the transformation. Because basically, here's the thing: whenever there's someone that can turn to animals, there are always like three main varieties of animal, four main varieties of animals they turn. Well, that's still three, I guess. Three main varieties of animals they turn into. Small things, mainly insects, right?
They
Then
use
scouty things. These are
morphs.
medium-sized things that they will use to figure out what's going on. Eagles, birds, wolves,
Well,
dogs, etc. Then the big things which they will kill people with.
no, they use different morphs for spying. Like they do cockroaches and flies for spying, but they also do. I think at one point they morphed pigeons to spy.
You should do that more often, I guess. Pigeons seem more likely.
And with Tobias, after book 1, where he's stuck in Hawk Morph, and it's not till book 13 that he gets his ability morph back, but that's a whole fucking long story. So basically, he's like scouts all day since he has really nothing to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know enough about it to say how to
You,
improve
you
it, I
need to
guess.
read it. I think I sent you the link before.
I know, but it seems so not my type of thing. Well,
You
seriously, I do
need
like
to.
aliens.
I don't care if it's your thing or not. You're fucking reading it.
You haven't seen Kick-Ass, okay? One of us has committed a bigger sin here.
No, Animorphs. That's not reading. That's the biggest sin.
If we plastered our sins across the internet, I wonder who would win. Because I'm fairly certain it ain't gonna be me.
It's listen. Okay, I'm going to see Kick-Ass. That's Kick-Ass 1 and 2. That's on my
Then you're
to-do
gonna
list.
read Kick-Ass
Right,
1, but then you're
right
gonna read
now,
Kick-Ass
I
2,
am
then you're gonna read
focusing
Kick-Ass
on
in
getting
between.
my season reviews and review of Godzilla out, and then I'm going to watch the normal Heart. So that's going to be a crying fest.
Down.
What?
Nothing. Alright, next topic. Is there another topic?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We won't talk about character deaths.
We kind of did, didn't we?
We
Mhm.
sort of. we've been going on long. So
Really get it out of the way. Sometimes characters die. If they make it, if you kill off a character, don't bring them back without very, very good reason. Never try to kill off the main character of a TV series and a movie because we will instantly know they're not going to die and it will be pointless. Moving on.
with the character deaths, which I love Supernatural, but the thing when like
Fucking hell, they kill everybody from that show.
if they like come back, so I like death that
It's
have
like-
some importance. It's like, okay, is it okay he'll be
It's like Dragon Ball. You know in Dragon Ball Z, I'm not sure if you know this, but every time someone died, they get the Dragon Balls together and wish them back to life. So death became a revolving door. It's like, oh, he's dead. It's fine, we'll bring them all back. At one point, the world gets blown up. It's fine, we'll bring them all back. Supernatural's like that. Oh, he's dead. We'll bring him back. Oh, he's dead again. We'll bring him back. Oh, he's dead. Well, God brings him back. Oh, he's dead again. We'll bring him back. Oh, he's dead. We'll turn him into a demon. Oh, he's dead. Look at him. Oh, he's an angel now. Oh, he's dead again. No, wait, he's human now. Oh, wait, he's an angel again, but he's going to die soon because it's stolen. Oh, wait, he's dead now. Oh, he's back again. That's basically Supernatural. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like it's a good show, but when you remove the fear of your characters, certain characters actually dying, because even if they do die, they'll just come back to
It's like,
life.
you know the first few episodes when the first like season and shit. When I was watching it, I was worried. I was scared. Like in the Wendigo episode and shit, I was like, oh shit, this is kind of scary. Oh, it's gonna happen. No, no one gets killed. In the new episodes, it doesn't matter what they face. I'm like, I could give a shit, frankly, because even if they die, he's coming back. Those demons gone to heaven for fuck. What's gonna happen? Oh, he's a demon now. Oh, it's not like he's been in hell already. Damn.
Then to hell and back.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing, right? You want to know what's gonna happen, because I'll tell you right now what's gonna happen.
What?
Dean will wake up. He will go with what's his name, fucking Crowley for a bit.
Crowley.
Yeah. Sam will hunt him down with obviously Castiel. They will find him. He will have gone a bit demony. They'll have a little bit of a fight. Demon will be like, oh, you won't be able to catch me. Castiel catches them. They then inject human blood into him. Oh look, he's kind of human again. But now he has demon powers. There we go. That's what's gonna happen. Guarantee it. But a funny thing that came up with this whole inject demons with blood thing. It was all for this very moment. I guarantee it.
It's like I love the show, but it's like, come on. It's like people were sad that, oh no, Dean's turned into a demon. Huh?
Wasn't Sam like a half demon at one point?
Yes, Sam was soulless. He wasn't a demon.
No, before that he had powers. He was like a yellow-eyed demon baby.
He had powers, but he wasn't a demon.
He was kind of, wasn't it? Basically, they were trying to get. The
maybe
gist was, you have powers that are demonic in origin, you're probably going to be a demon soon. That's why they told him to stop using it. But for all intents and purposes, he was a demon. But then he didn't have a soul, which technically is worse than a demon.
Well, that was after the yellow-eyed stuff.
Yeah, but still. Anyway.
Sam was funny.
They should just call the show Super Revolving Door instead of Supernatural. You think Death, you know how they met Death? You reckon he's like really pissed off? Like he's lost a fucking job or something, like just sitting there, everyone's leaving and coming back whenever they want?
He's probably, eating the pizza, just going, I don't give a shit anymore.
Fuck do I care, they're gonna come back anyway. Also, by the way, listen, I'm not sure if I'm the only one who wants this, but do you really, I might just be me, but I really want God to kind of come back at some point. Like, just chilling out. Like, I want it to be like a normal, everyday guy, like some kind of, quite funny, I prefer. And he just pops up and he's like,
The one writer, like a lot of people like to have the headcanon that he's God.
It's not even headcanon, he is God. Clearly. But the point remains, kind of want God to pop up in his, like, let's say his real form. Like, let's say he has an actual face. I don't know, Morgan Freeman or some shit. And he pops up and he's quite funny. And I want him to be quite funny. And I want to have like a joke around. I want Metatron to be shitting himself. And then I want someone to like get angry at him. Like, I don't know, let's say Metatron's like, you abandoned us. Then I want to just be like, look at him, aghast, and just kind of click his fingers and like erase him from existence. Because I want basically one person in the show to appear who's genuinely unkillable. Because God is clearly unkillable. And then I want the good like Death to pop up and be like, yo, I'm coming for you. And then he's like, killing you too, because obviously he's God. He created Death itself. How could Death kill him? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Then I want like somebody to be like, you abandoned, and it's like, actually, did I really? Because frankly, you two human beings, how the fuck do you think you got through all this without my help? Really? Half that shit you did was luck. I had your back this entire time. Show-offs. Why do you think Castiel's still here? I did that shit. And then I want all four of them, God, Castiel, Sam, and Dean, to go off and they can't have adventures. God, you gotta make me feel at some point. I guarantee it'd be hilarious because like they could go to a church and some guy's preaching about God and he's just like, "Yo, what's up, guy? I'm here. How you doing? Dude, were you banging the altar boy? Fucking hell! I told you guys not to do that. Fuck me. What is with my priests these days? They are fucked up. Someone sort this shit out. Oh shit, the priest fucking the altar boy too. God damn it.
Okay. Moving on to the next topic. My fiance, Rev Resner, has been going through a lot of medical shit recently, and so he's been trying to find a lawyer so he could sue for malpractice, because basically what happens is when he was originally injured, all he needed was, a year of physical therapy and he'd be back and fine and able to go to work. But they decided instead to, inject him, and the injections ended up, permanently messing up his back. So, no matter what happens to him, he's fucked.